back to school online safety tips. As we all know, at the start of the school year, it brings new challenges and opportunities with the ongoing COVID-19 situation. Many of us are facing additional challenges of adjusting to learning online. It's more important than ever to ensure that we are taking the necessary steps to protect ourselves and our children, teachers from potential online threats. So that is why we put together in this webinar all the information that you need to keep everyone safe while using the internet and online platforms for learning and communication. We will be discussing a range of topics, including potential threats, online safety measures, as well as providing tips and tools to help you to navigate the online world with confidence. Okay, so this is a bit of introduction about myself. My name is Izuana, and I am one of the cybersecurity awareness trainer here in Brusset. Okay, and these are my credentials: Microsoft certified, CISM, and also Security Plus. I'm not alone today. With me, I have two other facilitators. We have Khadija, also known as Ketty, and I also with me. There's Ida. There's also another one. Her name is Tasha. She's an intern. Here at CSB, we also take in interns. So if you're interested, you can go to the website and have a look there. Okay, so now, for your information, due to time constraint, if you guys have any question, you can ask her the Q&A chat box, and then the facilitators can assist you. All right, now a bit of introduction about Cybersecurity Brunei. Back in 2020, His Majesty consented to set up Cybersecurity Brunei. It's an agency under MTIC, Transport, Information and Communication. And under Cybersecurity Brunei, we have Brunei Computer Emergency Response Team. And then we also have the National Digital Forensics Laboratory, and followed by Cyberwatch Center. For more information, you can go to www.csb.gov.pn. So these are back to school potential dangers. So to begin this presentation, let me explain to you about the back to school potential dangers. Okay, so what sort of dangers that are waiting for us when we go back to school, right? So actually, it's no different than working. The school environment is actually no different than working environment or any other environment actually when it comes to cybersecurity. So let us see what the potential dangers are. So here are some of the examples. Actually, banyak lagi. The first one is phishing attacks. To those of you not familiar with phishing, phishing means basically you receive an email from a person or an organization. You thought it was a legit person or organization. And in that email, it is asking for your personal information. So once you give up that personal information, okay, that personal information can be used for fraudulent purposes, such as identity theft or financial scam, something like that. Okay, so that is phishing. So these are some of the back to school potential dangers actually. We also have malware, spyware, ransomware, adware. These are under the category of bad software. So you might encounter this type of dangers because sometimes when you go back to school, and sometimes the teachers will require you to download all these softwares. Okay, you might think you download a legitimate software, but apparently it's a spyware, okay, or a malware that can corrupt your computer system. All right. And then there's also social media risk, which is quite common, especially among students. Such as oversharing and also cyberbullying, which is a lot of that. We've been receiving a lot of complaints regarding that recently. And then also the next one is connecting to unsecure Wi-Fi networks. Now, this is quite common among students. They want to do, let's say, for example, they want to do assignments, and then they want to do it together with their group. So they would go to cafe and then they would connect to the unsecured Wi-Fi. Sometimes, like for example, the students will go to a cafe. Let's say they go to Coffee Bean. They might think that they are connected to a Coffee Bean, but actually sometimes there's also a fake Wi-Fi. Okay. So maybe the hacker decided to set up a fake Wi-Fi using Coffee Bean's name. But if anyone is connected to that Wi-Fi, that hacker can have the access to the victim's computer. Okay. So these are some of the back to school potential dangers. And yeah, and there's actually a lot of it. Okay. All right, here. Back to school potential dangers. We're going to share you online safety measures. Again, there's a lot of tips that we can share, but we're going to focus on the most important ones. All right. Okay, here are some of the examples. So we have some of the safety tips here. We have the first one is protecting your devices. Okay, so when you protect your devices, devices here meaning, for example, computers, laptops, iPads, tablets, even wearable devices is actually considered as devices. Okay, so we need to protect them. Okay, and then the next one is securing your social media profile. This is it relates back to the previous slide, where social media risk such as oversharing and also cyberbullying. So we need to secure our social media profile. The next one is backing up your data. This is again common among students. Let's say, for example, they want to send they have to write a report, 2,000 words type of report. They have to send it the next day, but suddenly dorang punya computer rusak. So, and then they don't have the backup. So how do you back up your data? So I'm gonna explain all these three points further in details in the next few slides. Now we have protecting our devices, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so the first one is you need to install antivirus. To protect your device, you need to install antivirus software. So why do you need to install antivirus software? It's because only antivirus can recognize viruses or malware inside your computers. Okay, once they are in, only this antivirus can scan it. All right, so this is why it is important for you to install antivirus software. So what type of antivirus is good for you? Again, depending on your usage and also your budget. If you're the type who would download a lot of stuff, then we would recommend you to get the paid version, as it comes with extra features. Okay. If you're the type who doesn't download a lot of things, your device is just maybe meant for nothing to do with the internet, basically. Okay, maybe for you just to type some text or something like that, then maybe you can get the free one. Okay, but the most important one is for you to get the antivirus. The most important one is for you to update your antivirus. This is because there's always new viruses every day. So it is important for your antivirus to update their database so that they can recognize the latest threats. Now, the next one is to protect your devices. Don't forget to set up your security pins. All right. Some people, they have phones, but they don't have the passcode. So it's easy. People can just, once you lock your phone and then someone stole your phone, people can just access your phone just like that, because they don't have, there's no need for security pins. So this is why it is important for you to set up security pins. People often, for phones, yes, people often put passcodes or security pins like patterns, but people often forgot to put security pins on their laptops or desktops. Okay, so don't forget to put security pins there. And also the next one is don't forget to keep your software and also operating system updated. So let's say, for example, at the moment, your phone is telling you to update to iOS 16. So make sure you need to update to the latest operating system, so that it comes, because the latest operating system usually comes with the latest security features. All right. And then the next one, be wary of suspicious links and when you download files. So for example, there's a suspicious links, don't click on that because it might be a phishing link. Okay, so just in case you find it like it looks legitimate, so you click on the link, the next step is for you to double check the address bar. Okay, you need to double check the address bar. Let's say, for example, you click the link, it says abc.com, and then it redirects you to a website. Make sure the address bar also said abc.com, not xyz.com. Okay, and then of course, don't forget to be wary of the things that you download, because sometimes when you download things, for example, you want to download movies. Okay, it may look like a movie, but once it gets to your computer, when you double click it, apparently it's a virus. Okay, so be wary of that with the things that you download. The next one is enable firewall. So enable firewall, if you're using Windows or Mac, usually it's automatically enabled. Okay, but if it's not enabled, then you need to go to your settings and enable it yourself. All right, so it's quite important for you to enable your firewall. And again, the last one, how to protect your devices, is not to connect to unsecured Wi-Fi. Okay, make sure you know where the Wi-Fi comes from. And the thing is, unsecured Wi-Fi, if let's say, for example, you're chatting from computer A to computer B, but you're using unsecured Wi-Fi. So whatever information you relay to computer B, okay, it's not encrypted and it can be read by someone who intercepts that conversation in the middle. Okay, so this is why it is important for you to connect to secured Wi-Fi only. Okay, the next one. Okay, next one is backing up your data. So when you back up your data, okay, so this is for all files. Yeah, here you go. So you need to choose. So here are some of the tips to back up your data. So the first one is to choose your backup storage. Okay, so make sure, like for example, you want to store it at in a pen drive or in the cloud. So you choose what sort of backup first. Okay, and then of course, don't forget to set up your backup like frequently, the frequency, like maybe daily or weekly or monthly, or only when you update the files, then you back up the files. Okay, and then you need to make sure you test your backup regularly. So for programming students, usually they would maybe they back up their pen drive, but when they put it on, they plug it onto another computer, the backup doesn't work. So this is why you need to, it is important for you to test your backup regularly. Okay, and don't forget to use multiple backup methods. So let's say, for example, you back up on your computer, but you also back up to the cloud, and then you also back up to the pen drive or to your hard drive. Honestly, try not to back up using pen drive, because pen drive is portable and you can lose it easily. Okay, so try to use multiple methods. Okay, not just one backup. Don't just rely on one backup. And then if you want to back up, don't back up on the same computer. Okay, make sure it's a different storage, it's a different device. So people often ask, like, what kind of documents or what kind of data that I can back up on the cloud. Okay, if you want to use the cloud, yes, you can back up for your assignments and all that. Yes, you can back up to the cloud, but make sure it doesn't have any confidential information inside. Okay, so if it has confidential information, try to back up using another storage like your hard drive or any other offline type of storage. Okay, next one. Okay, here are some of the benefits of backing up your data. Of course, number one, protect against data loss and ransomware. I'm not sure if you guys know what is ransomware. So basically, ransomware is when you accidentally install ransomware to your computer. What happens is that it will lock all your files, and there's no way for you to get your files back unless you pay ransom to the hacker. So if you back up your files or data, it will protect it against data loss and also ransomware. All right. The second one, it saves time and also money. So when you lost your data, you have another backup. So you don't have to do your work or assignment from scratch because you already have the backup. So it saves your time and also money. And of course, it ensures continuity. So you can just, once you have your backup load back to your computer, you can just continue with your work without any worries. Okay. Now, next one. Securing your social media profile. Again, like I said just now, one of the threats is social media risk, such as oversharing and also cyberbullying. Okay, so let me share you how to secure your social media profile. Okay, to secure your social media profile, try to use strong password. Okay, when you use strong password, you also need to make sure that you change your password every 3 or 6 months. And then make sure the password, like for example, your Facebook account, your TikTok account, Instagram account, make sure each password is unique and it's not recycled. Okay. Why you're not supposed to use the same password for all of your accounts is because, let's say, for example, the hacker managed to get into your Facebook account, your Facebook password. So if your Instagram password is also the same as Facebook, they can also get into your Instagram account. So this is why try to use unique password for each of your account. The next one is enable 2FA. 2FA here, it means two-factor authentication. All right. So two-factor authentication is a feature provided by most social media. So if you go to your Instagram and go to click privacy and all that, you can see this enable two-factor authentication. What it does is that, let's say, for example, you want to log into your Instagram. So you enter your password and then you will receive another token pin. So you enter your password and then you enter the token pin, then you can enter your social media account. So this can be like it's an added layer of security. All right. So for example, the hacker, it has your password, but it doesn't have access to your SMS to get the token pin. So they're stuck there. So they can't access your social media profile, basically. And then, of course, the next one is try not to overshare your information, your location, your address, your favorite drinks, your cat's name. Try not to overshare those information. Okay, because people can use those information and they can also use it against you. And this can, if you try not to also overshare, because it can prevent identity theft. And then the next one is review your privacy settings. So if your account is public, maybe you might want to private your account. So just review your privacy settings. If you, let's say, for example, if you're on Facebook, you don't want your account to be private. You don't want your account to be private. Then you can review the settings. Maybe only certain people can see a certain post, something like that. Okay. I see a question here. Does email has this feature enabled two-factor authentication? Yes. All social media, even emails, they have this two-factor authentication. Even WhatsApp has two-factor authentication. Okay, you just go to your settings and have a look di sana, and then you can check enable it. Okay, you can also, let's say, for example, you're on Gmail, you can Google how to enable two-factor authentication on Gmail, like that. Okay, thank you for your question. Now the next one. Okay, securing your social media profile. All right, the next one is be cautious when clicking links. Be cautious when clicking links. Okay, we don't just receive suspicious links through email, but we also receive links through inbox or DMs, right, on social media. especially on Facebook, maybe someone posts something like, hey, everyone, go to my website, www.something.com. So be suspicious of those links as well. Okay. As for Instagram caption, you can't click on the link on the caption. So you have to like click link in bio. So be careful of that one as well. And then of course, use social media report feature. Okay. Any other problem that you encounter on social media, let's say, for example, online impersonation, cyberbullying, online sextortion, you can actually report all those to social media to the social media. Okay. So let's say, for example, if on Instagram, the link is help.instagram.com. As for TikTok, it's support.tiktok.com. You can actually just go to the website and then click help. And they have step-by-step guidelines on how to assist you with that. Okay, so try to make full use of social media report feature. All right. If let's say, for example, there's a profile harassing you guys. Okay, all you have to do is report that profile to social media. If you report it, if you report it to Instagram, if there's a lot of people reporting that profile to Instagram, Instagram will take a faster time to report. To freeze the account or ban the account. Okay, so again, try to use a social media report feature. The next one is this is especially for kids. They don't really care who follows them as long as they have a lot of followers. So this is why we need to advise students that if possible, try to filter your friends and your followers list. If you don't know any of them, try to remove them from the list or block them. Okay, this is for their safety. We need to try to minimize their interaction with online strangers. Okay, next one is, this is the type of information that your children or your student must never share online. Okay, so I will share you some of the information here. So we need to remind these children or your students these information that they're not supposed to share online. The first one is that try not to share their phone number to online strangers. Okay. Second one, home address, like nombor 10 simpang ani, jalan ani, kampung ani. Tell them not to expose that on social media. Sometimes people often overlook this part. For example, they want to send jemputan kad kawin or hari raya open house. So they just send on WhatsApp. Okay. But for information, WhatsApp has this forward feature, right? So your information can be forwarded to other groups or to other people. Okay. So need to be careful with your putting a home address into your online invitation. Okay. Next one is try not to expose the email address. And then social media handles. Let's say, for example, Instagram name is @BruneiCert. So for children, they have their own social. Some children actually have access to social media profile. There's no denying that, right? So we need to remind them not to share the Instagram social media handles to strangers. Okay. And then, of course, not to share passwords. Actually, this is quite common among students in primary school. They would share passwords with their best friends. Okay, they would share Instagram account. So again, try not to share passwords. I remember this case that I encountered where this kid shared his, I think it was a game password, like Roblox or something, to his friend. So what that friend did is use the friend's, take over the friend's Roblox account. Okay. So again, a lot of that happened. And then the next one. Oops. Okay, location. So the difference between home address and also location is that location is the one that we share. Usually on WhatsApp, we share location map. So try not to share real life location. Okay. And then, of course, the next one is clues to future whereabouts. Let's say, for example, you guys have plans for a vacation. Try not to mention that on social media. So I'm going vacation next week. So I will be back next month or something like that. like expose this type of information, there's someone out there with bad intention. Oh, this person will not be at home, so I can go to this person's house when this person is not at home. Okay, so try not to expose this type of information. And then being alone at home, so especially among children. Okay, sometimes the parents went out for work or something like that. The kids will update their status or with their post or story, will say something like, masa ni seorang diri di rumah, nada kawan, something like that. So tell them not to update their status like that. And then inappropriate images, we need to keep on reminding these children or these students that try not to share inappropriate images, such as like sexy photos, even photos of them without any clothing on. Never ever take photos of that. Okay, especially, and then try not and then tell them not to share it with anyone else. Okay, and then again, parents' information. So the thing is, if scammers, if they want to hack the parents are already aware that these people are scammers, right? So let's say, for example, the scammers ask for a credit card number to the dad. Of course, the dad will not give it, right? So if the scammers cannot get to the parents, the scammers will ask their children. So for example, like, what's your dad's name? What's his job? What's his salary? What's his credit card number? So children, there's a possibility that they can share this information. Okay, so parents or teachers, you need to remind them not to share all this information online. Okay, now the next one. Okay, so this is just some of the trends that we notice online. Okay, usually about first day of school. So, okay. But first, I want to share you reported cases of cyberbullying here. This is a source from Bruset. So these are reported cases to Bruset, not nationwide lah, but this is the reported cases that we received. So last year we received around 20 reported cases. And then this year we received around 32 reported cases. Actually, there's actually more cases. It's just that it's not recorded officially. All right. So some of the people who, like, for example, I go from school to school, right? So some of the people, they would come up to me and they would tell me their side of the story about cyberbullying. When I tell them to officially report this to Bruset for recording purposes, they said, no need, there's no need. So dorang macam most likely pasal malu or because of pressure and something like that. Okay, so these are some of the statistics that we managed to record. Actually, there's also statistics from 2020 and all that, but based on the trends, the number kept on increasing. Okay, but bear in mind, there's also other reports that they don't want to go on record officially. Okay, so these are just the official statistics that we have at the moment. Now, next one. So we noticed that during the first day of school, there's this chalkboard time trend, okay, where children will what do you call this? Put up a sign with their name, their age, name of school, their class, name of teacher. So basically, this happened as well, and the parents upload it to their social media profile. So this is quite a disturbing issue for some, especially there's like an online predator out there who can see this parents' social media accounts, right? So there in other country, there are cases where the kids are being kidnapped, okay, because the parents overshare most of the information. All right. So again, something like this, okay. So this basically parents, they wanna share this type of information because they wanna update their family out there. All right. So maybe they have family in different country, so they want to update that family. So that's why they upload it to their social media. And then followed by, you know, like for parents, this is like a once in a lifetime moment, you know, first day of school. But little that they know that all this information that they overshare is actually harmful for the children. Okay. So try not to overshare all these information of your children's information. Now, oversharing on social media. Again, like I said just now, in other countries, there's a case of child kidnapping because the parents overshare. And then there's also data mining. Data mining meaning here, people collecting your data, our information collectively, all right, for statistical reasons. But data mining, the downside is that there's also privacy issues. Okay, so this is why we try not to overshare our information on social media. And then if you overshare, there's a potential of social engineering. Social engineering, basically people can use your information for fraudulent purposes, okay? Like identity theft, and again, financial scams and all that. And then of course, when you overshare, there's a tendency that your account can be hacked, okay? So for example, your password is your cat's name and also your birthday. So if you overshare your cat's name or your birthday, so people can hack. Oh, maybe the password is a combination of cat's name and the birthday. So they look through your profile, they look for your cat and your birth date, and then they can hack into your account. So try not to overshare your information on social media. Okay, so like I mentioned just now, the number of cyberbullying cases is increasing. So, so what do you do if you are a victim of cyberbullying? Okay, especially for students and also children. Yeah. So what to do if you're a victim of cyberbullying? All right. So the first one. Okay. If you're a victim of cyberbullying, try not to respond to the messages. Okay. Maybe you're being bullied through WhatsApp, so you receive lots of messages or lots of videos. So do not respond to any of that. The next one is you need to gather the evidence. So when you gather the evidence, you gather it, like, for example, by screenshot. If they send you video, you save the video. If they send you audio, you save the audio. So basically, you take screenshots and whatever that you can gather as an evidence, okay? The next one is you need to unfriend or block the bully. This is so that they won't bother you anymore lah, huh? And of course, don't forget to report that profile to social media as well, all right? And then don't forget to review your privacy settings. Of course, depending on the case, if it's getting severe, you can report it to the police, okay? Or you can, maybe in that school, the student is bullying, student A is bullying student B. Maybe you can report it to the school, so that the school can talk to the parents and all that. All right. So if you're a victim of cyberbullying, again, don't forget to report to social media administrator. Like I said, if you're being cyberbullied on Instagram, report that profile to Instagram. If you're being cyberbullied on TikTok, report that profile to TikTok. And then inform a trusted adults. So tell your children or your students to inform a trusted adults if they are being cyberbullied. For example, they have older siblings like a sister or brother. They can tell their sister or brother. They can tell their parents, or they can even tell the teachers. All right. Again, report to the police only if necessary. Okay, depending on the case. If it's severe, like for example, I remember this one case. The student A texted student B like this. Isok ko di sekolah, ha? I will punch you, something like that. So it's a threat, and student B felt threatened. So what happened is that they reported to the police because there's a physical threat happening there. Okay, now, so we're almost towards the end of the presentation. Again, don't forget we have quiz. All right. So what can you report to Bruset? All right. So the first one is you can report to about infected computer, for example, computer viruses, malicious website, and then hack email account. Okay, if your email got hacked, okay, you can report that to us, and we will give you advice. Next one is phishing. business email compromise. These two is usually mostly companies experience them, but if you encounter them, you can also give us a call and we will advise you. You can also report to us regarding social media threats. For example, just now, oversharing, cyberbullying, online sextortion and all that, identity theft. Give us a call and we will advise you on what to do. And then the next one is website defacement. And then, like I said just now, cyberbullying, denial of service. All right, it's quite technical. Usually IT people would report regarding denial of service to us. All right, so here these are our hotline that you can report to us. Okay, so you can email it to us, reporting@brucet.org.bn. You can also give our hotline a call, 245-8001. Or you can also WhatsApp us. Let's say, for example, you have a screenshot you want to share. You can give us you can WhatsApp us at 7170766. For your information, all these hotlines, there are 24/7. You can call us any time of the day. Now, next one, if you want more information regarding this topic or any other topics, whether you're an individual or business or parents, you can go to this website. It's at www.secureverifyconnect.info. So there, again, you can download posters. We have a lot more information here. We even have the latest alerts and also advisory.